What's up, everybody, and welcome to Weekday Wagers live on our Weekday Wagers YouTube channel. I am your host, Daniel Greer, and Robby Hockey is here on a Thursday where we get to talk the day baseball that's about to happen between the Kansas City Royals and the Minnesota Twins, which is honestly the first pitch is here in less than 10 minutes, and I have a play on that game, so we're going to get to our plays ever so shortly. We're also talking Survivor. It was a big episode last night, and we have the three people that went home. Our opinions, we'll get to Robby mainly on that because you know what? He's Survivor Robby. It might be Robby Hockey, but we're always going to lean on him with definitely our Survivor. And we're also leaning on him yesterday when we had him cash, and then that Avalanche first period money line, minus 500, April Fools to minus 120. We didn't get it with Mark, but we did give it Robby on that 1+ point at plus money. So we end up coming out roughly even there on the day as a whole if you played both of them. But today, we're going to have two cash tickets. I feel like it. I feel like me and Robby are in simpatico, but I will not be on the show tomorrow. I'm actually going to be traveling out of town for the Easter weekend, which is a long weekend for us. We're going to a cabin, probably no Wi-Fi, so probably can't get a hold of me. So hopefully I can catch some hoops, some basketball in the meantime, but we will see. But let's go ahead and bring in Robby Hockey. What up, man?
What's up, DG? You're going where? You Fall Creek Falls?
Is that Fall Creek Falls.
Been there before. It's nice.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm hoping too, because I found out late last night. It was my mother's birthday yesterday. Shout out Mama, formerly Mama Greer, Mama Haney now. But yeah, she let me know that I'd been there before, and I had no idea. So it'll be my first time, even though it's not my first time. So we'll definitely have a good time in the cabin. We'll roam the woods, hopefully not find any bears or any big animals that are bigger than me. That would be what I prefer. So I don't know. You think we'll find something like that in the woods of Tennessee somewhere?
Maybe not this time of year. I think maybe they're all still chilling out. But I don't know. I know the Gatlinburg last year, I was running away from bears up in the mountains when I was giving out plays. So it is possible.
Yeah, and this fella always worried about me. Just living rent-free. My attendance doesn't matter. You get them dingers in because we're about to get our plays in. Rob, I'm going to start us off quickly because we do have my game that's starting off first, but you're going to the ice. So we're not wasting any time today. Let's go ahead and get to your play. Lead us off, sir.
Yeah, going back to the ice and taking another defenseman going against the team that let Sam Malinsky get points on him last night, and that is Shayne Gostisbehere. When I was in the NHL Fantasy League, I got put out this weekend. But Gostisbehere was awesome. He's been one of the staples of Carolina's defense. He's their quarterback, as you would say, on their power play. He scored a goal in their last game against the Blue Jackets. By the way, this is the second half of a back-to-back. They're finally at home, Carolina against Columbus. Columbus needs this win way more than Carolina to keep their playoff hopes alive. But Gostisbehere has just been dominating them all this year. He has a goal and an assist in both games against them. In over his 10 games, he's recorded 9 points. He has 3 goals and 6 assists, including the stretch where he found the back of the net in 3 of his last 4 games. So now I think this is a tricky spot for Carolina. Columbus does want this more, but I think we could see some goals in this game. So give me Shayne Gostisbehere to get a point, not a goal, just a point at minus 120. Probably going to come on the power play.
I'm just glad I didn't have to actually say that. And I still have the last week's up, and I believe that was not a cash. So let's get him out, or that game out. Let's get to Royce Lewis here. We're going to go over the 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs at plus 105. Plus money, you should be able to still get it even after the game goes live because he is in the 8-hole hitting. But I looked at Royce Lewis, and the first thing that popped off was he's actually having a decent start to this season. 3 of 5 with 2+ hits, runs, and RBIs. And when he actually does that, he's actually gotten 3 hits, runs, and RBIs of the 3 of the 5 games. He also has some kind of history with Cole Reagan's there. He's 2 of 7 on the year with a dinger. And so I look at this matchup and the weather there in Kansas City. It is blowing strong winds straight out. And so at that point, I'm feeling good. Cole Reagan's just gave up, I believe it was 3 home runs in his first outing. I believe it was against the Braves. And so because of that, I like Royce Lewis. Might be hitting in the 8-hole, but he's the away team, potentially to for sure get 4 at bats, maybe a 5th if they're playing well enough and that score jumps up high enough. So that is going to be my play. We'll follow this game for sure a lot later as we continue throughout the show. We'll make sure we give you an update as we'll get our first pitch here in just a few minutes. But Robby, I want to look at something real quick because I don't know if you know this, but I did hint to you a little bit what's going to happen on the show. But let's go ahead and get into something I saw with April Fools. Yes, it's my mother's birthday, but it's also a prankster day. I don't know if people saw this, but let's go ahead and look at what the Washington Wizards did to an actual fan. $1,000 shot blindfolded.
Oh my!
This guy.
Yes, sir.
Somebody's rich!
She said somebody's rich.
They're going
Yeah.
crazy!
10
The
grand.
contestant's
grand.
going crazy!
This dude should know better on
crowd is
April
going
Fool's Day
crazy.
that he didn't win nothing.
Jackson! Oh my gosh! You didn't see it! We all saw it! You want to see it? All right, take a look at the screen for the replay. That was crazy!
I would have been the worst for this segment because I would have
Go
known
up with
didn't
it
win.
right here, and you see how it just doesn't, it doesn't actually go in.
Bruh.
Yeah.
And the mascots are all in on it, which is great.
Bro,
Bruh.
Bruh.
I'm not gonna lie, sir. I really hate April Fool's Day. I'm so sorry. We're gonna hook you up with an autographed jersey, some courtside seats for next season. Can you make some noise for him? He was a good sport.
Yeah, he was a good sport. But let's look at this, Rob. This is the thing that stuck out to me the most. All right, so all that happens, and now we are so soft in our day and age that the Washington Wizards, the day after they pulled off a viral clip of pulling one over on April Fool, which is hard to because we're all expecting that April Fool is happening, and it didn't look like he was in on it. Don't believe it was. They put out a statement today. We apologize for last night's April Fool's jokes that left many wondering if we had misled a fan. The skit involving the mascot and the other members of our performers was scripted. Let me make this bigger because it's getting smaller in my eyes. Performance team was scripted, intended to celebrate the day. All participants were in on the joke, but we missed the mark. Our fans are our priority, and we continue to be committed to providing a positive experience of all who attend our games. All right, first things first. Does that performance team include the guy that actually had the joke pulled on him? Was he in on this? What does that statement say to you?
It makes it feel like he is in on it. They're
That's what I
more
thought.
worried about the people in the crowd. Like, oh my gosh, did it hurt their feelings that it wasn't real? You watch WWE at all? Do you really think that CM Punk's the heavyweight champion of the world? Like, my gosh, how soft are we right now?
Yeah, all participants were in on the joke, but we misled or missed the mark. That can't be real. It is real, but that can't be what we're going to these days.
If this came out yesterday on April Fool's, I think this would be perfect because it'd be a continuation of the April Fool's joke. But just kidding, just grow up. That's what I would have tweeted like right after it. But
Yeah.
the fact that it's today and they did this, it just they're soft as the basketball team they put out there on the court.
Oh my God. I couldn't believe that they had to issue an apology. That was the worst part for me is I'm down with a good joke. And honestly, yeah, it would have burned a little bit with that guy thinking, but realistically, bro, you don't look very athletic. You can't imagine that you hit that. Like the place would have been going nuts. I don't get it. It's yes. I believe it was we're softer than Charmin. Angel Soft and Northern combined. And that's what it is. 2026, we have to apologize. Like, that's kind of what we're getting at. I don't know. I thought it was a great prank, by the way. On the prank only, 1 out of 10.
And Nate, wrestling is real to me, damn it, as you remember the old viral clip. As far as the prank goes, it's April Fool. I give him a 6 just because you tried. But the apology, that gives it a -6.
That's the issue. Is I think that's a 10 out of 10 April Fool's joke without the apology. But when the apology, it's just boring. Like, it's dead. I hate it.
Yeah.
So I don't.
And they probably didn't even give him a Wizards jersey. I saw the Valkyrie mascot there. He's probably going to get a Valkyries ticket in a Valkyries jersey. It's probably not even. That's the second part of the joke. He's not getting a Wizards court seat. He's going to get to see the Valkyries play.
And it was mascot night, so I always had to ask this because I love mascots. I don't think I've ever asked you. Do you have 3 of your top 3 favorite mascots of all time, of all sports ever?
Yeah, I've got at least 2 that I know.
Okay.
I like Nash for the Preds. I like Albert for the Gators, and then I like the Phillies, not the Phillies, the Flyers. Grimace, is it the Gritty?
Okay.
Gritty. I like the Gritty.
Gritty is good. Grimace is from McDonald's, but that's very similar. So like mine would be, so I think one of the best mascots like ever is the Grizz. Like people don't really probably think of that or know that. Like legit, the dude is a freak athlete. He is really good at what he does, and he's honestly, he beat cancer, which is a whole story behind that during the process of being the Grizz. But like what he does is like freakish, like really good, and he's very entertaining. He leans into the Memphis culture, and they lean into wrestling a lot, which is really cool. So that's probably a personal one. The other one, who I think is really good, is the mascot for the Indianapolis Colts. You know how he does the hip thrust when people miss and like he's always messing with them? I think he's good. I think Blooper from the Braves is good. I know these are way over my 3. The Fanatic, I think, is good. I think he's iconic. I'm trying to think of other ones that are really, really good. The old school San Diego Chicken was just like an OG. And then Fluff from the Orlando Magic. Is it Fluff or Stuff?
Fluff, I believe, but it has nothing to do with the Magic. Like it's an alien looking thing. I never understood him. Yeah, and I'm a Magic fan, but I never did. I never have paid much attention to Fluffy Stuffy, whatever his name is.
Yeah, I'm curious. I gotta look at this real quick. You know, we're all friends here, so what's it matter? Mark's not here to yell at me. Magic mascot name.
Joe likes the Suns gorilla. Honestly, I had pictured the Suns gorilla when you're talking about Memphis's one because they're very similar, right? They do a lot of similar acts. They do like a lot of WWE stuff.
Correct.
For some reason, I had the Suns gorilla as who I'm picturing when you were going over the one in Memphis.
Yeah, so I used to like it, but they've tamed him down, and so I haven't looked at, and this is spoiler alert, Nate, this is probably for you. They're not real mascot. Like there's humans in there. I know. I'm sorry. I apologize, but there are like real humans. I was curious if the human inside there, and Nate, once again, I do apologize about this.
Yeah.
I'm curious if the human changed because he doesn't look like he does the same stuff. If he does, it's not viral because I would see it.
Right.
And so, yeah, I'm not curious. I'm curious how it goes. Mr. Red, that can't be Xavier's. That has to be Western Kentucky.
Western Kentucky. That's who I think Mr. Red is. Yeah.
Let's Google it. We need. You know what? I have a thought. No, Mr. Red is actually the mascot for Cincinnati Reds.
Oh,
bro, I ain't seen anything from him. That's your bias pick.
I've seen him. I do see him. He's just a big baseball head, I'm pretty sure, with the Reds hat on.
Yeah. The Reds. Yeah. I'm sorry. That's your bias pick. Like my Grizzlies guy, which I think is really good if people knew more about him. But yes, I think that's got to be your bias pick. And I don't think the Albert is any good personally. Like from the Gators.
I think Lee Corso made him more at what he is than the actual mascot himself, because you just think of College Game Day. So that's why I went Albert. And then Nash I've actually met Nash, the guy inside the costume and while he was in the costume. So he's actually really fun at hockey games here.
Yeah. What we need to do, and we should have done this because it would have been really, really good. And I actually, and it is stuff, by the way. I thought it was. I said fluff, and I knew it was. I thought that was wrong, but it is stuff for the Magic. I would love to do a field of 64 mascots bracket. I think that would be interesting because we could all vote on it, and maybe we do it over the course of the summer when it's boring outside.
Right.
And there's not much sports, and all there is baseball. And we're kind of at that point, we're all hot and bothered, and don't really want to do baseball anymore.
Tired of looking at pitching and batting stats.
Right. Like right now, it's cool. And like 2 months, we're like, oh, F this, dude. I'm so tired of doing this.
When is it football season?
Right. But when we get there, maybe we'll do a mascot 64 mascot challenge and see who actually is a real one. And we'll do some different, like we'll do us. We all get a vote plus the people. And we got to have some outsiders. We need like an odd number, right? So we need 5 to vote on every mascot.
Pretty sure Sia did a cereal bracket. Certainly we could get with Sia and figure out how he set all that up.
Maybe, I don't know if we can pull this off, maybe Sia's the 5th vote.
I'm
so
down
it's
with
the
that.
chat who all they agree on, and we'll put every day. Yeah, we'll figure it out. I think it'll be pretty good. Do you not like you talked about Philly with the gritty? Like I know he's really good, but like the Fanatic, are they just good at mascots there in Philly?
Yeah, because they're all a bunch of mascots in general. All the fans, all the players, everything in Philly is just a bunch of mascots. So yeah, they should be good at that.
Yeah, and I don't think this is right, Nate. The goopity gooker. I thought it was
gobbledygooker.
Gobbledygooker. Maybe it's me saying it wrong. I thought that was wrong. All right, so we'll see.
You want a fun fact? You want a fun fact for that segment?
Yes.
The Undertaker, before he was the Undertaker, Vince wanted him to be in the egg that popped out of the egg. It was going to shave his head and have him pop out of the egg. And thank God that didn't happen.
That would have been bad. Like bad. Because that would have ruined his career.
His career never would have happened. It would have been over. Been like a dude falling through the wall. Oh no, what is his name? Now it's escaping me. I see it all the time. The old WCW guy where he come on, Nate.
I know Crush?
Not Crush. Starts with an S.
I got it. It is Shockmaster.
Shockmaster. That's it.
Sorry. I couldn't get my Google working fast enough. I know exactly who it was. Yeah. Anyway, all right. Well, Joe says Sia and the crew botched the candy and cereal bracket. I don't know how they botched it, but we need to learn from their mistakes and find out what they didn't do right. All right. Well, that was we're having some fun today. The main reason people are here is they want to get to some more of the TV timeout stuff and get to Survivor. We do have an update on the game. It looks like ball is in play. Keuchel, maybe, whatever his name is, reached on an infield single to second. I don't know. Anyway, 2 outs, top of the first. Looks like the Twins do have somebody on, but it's time for Survivor. I think that's what everybody wants to talk about. Even Joe will talk about Survivor. All right, let's do it. Here we go, Survivor style. We got 3 people voted off. What are your thoughts initially just on this week? Is it actually a good episode?
It is. It is a good episode. I was dog tired last night. Didn't even know if I would make it through it, but I did, and it actually kept me on the edge of my seat. Spoiler warnings in 3, 2, 1. There you go. Colby getting kicked off was like just watching the dog get put out the pasture. That one sucked because I like Colby, but he really didn't have a leg to stand on. He had no vote, and he had to go. Yeah,
no leg to stand on. I like it.
Yeah.
See what you did there.
Yeah.
So, and just pulling back the fourth wall real quick, and in all transparency, I haven't seen who gets voted off other than I've seen all the way up at 2 tribal councils starting. So I haven't gotten that far. So you just brought me up to date on who goes off. So I do have some questions because I think other people that might not have watched it all or have watched it all will just talk through it. So was his foot, the issue of his foot, a big reason as to why he was the dog getting sent out to the pasture in a sense?
I think it played a part, but him not having a vote was the biggest part because he couldn't contribute because Coach was on board with voting with Colby. But at that point, Coach has to vote with everybody else because if you vote with Colby, it does no good. It's basically a throwaway vote. So, and Colby knew that. The thing that got him voted off was, this is a little pregame that I found out, that Jenna, when she went so hard at Cirie, somehow Jenna and Colby got stirred up together that they were in alliance before the game. So where Jenna went after Cirie, word got to Cirie that now Colby wants her out. So this is a Cirie wanted Colby out. This is all done by Cirie. And this ain't because I'm a hater. It's because I listened to a podcast today and they were talked about it.
Wow. So we hate Cirie even more. Like this is deepening the hatred of Cirie.
Yeah.
This is not good for her. Because I'm going to finish watching because I want to see how the conversations and everything go out with everything. So I'm curious of how it all plays out. All right. So the other one that ended up getting voted out was Genevieve. That was the less shocking. Like,
yeah,
it had to be done, right? I hate it because I thought Genevieve was good. But it seems like all the nerds are sticking together, and that's the biggest one is Christian, who's wrangling everybody up and doing everything. And so at this point, I believe that Genevieve went out because she couldn't get anybody. It's the nerd attack. It's attack of the nerds.
Yeah. I mean, Genevieve's a nerd herself, kind of. I mean, I think she's a lawyer, which not lawyers aren't nerds, but she just has that nerdy vibe. I guess that's what I'd like to say. But she had to use her shot in the dark. She knew the writing was on the wall. She was gone. And then, of course, my mom texted me this morning. She goes, I hate that second group that voted. So apparently mom hates the nerd group. The only one she likes on there is Joe, because they do have Joe as like the one non-nerd. They have the firefighter that's with them. But other than him, bunch of nerds.
But now, and we'll get to it in a second, but now like they're going to a full merge.
Yeah.
There's no like inner groups. So this is just like one last chance, which in all honesty, like I'm not saying it's I guess it goes in to show that your social game would be important. But realistically, if you go to a group of 5 and you have 2 people that know you and trust you, you're gonna vote out the other 2 every time. So does this go to show like, hey, this is a twist that wasn't fair? Or do you actually think it was fair? Because in my opinion, I think this shakes up the game in the wrong way. I don't think it actually is part of strategy, in my opinion.
I'm kind of torn on it. I think they wanted to find a way to get it down to 14, and they wanted to do something shocking, which is, hey, we'll eliminate 3 tonight because we've never done that before. It's season 50. So it was their way of getting rid of 3. But the tribes weren't handpicked. Like they had to, I guess, pick a name out of a hat to figure out who goes where. But as far as your case, Jonathan actually bucked that trend and voted off Camilla in the first group because he was with Camilla, Tiffany, and Dee. And then last week they didn't want to tell him about Charlie and left him hanging. So the other girls in that group said, look, they're going to carry you as far as they can, and then they're going to cut your head off before you can win. They're going to take over. So why stick with that group when you can make a move now? And I don't blame him. It was a solid move. Camilla's a good player. I think they got a really good player off.
Yeah, I used to not really like Camilla, and then she grew on me in her season to where she was teamed up with Kyle and made a good strategical move, with in that game. But in the end, Kyle voted her off as a better strategical move because he didn't want to go to the end with her. So now, again, another good gameplay gets her out because I think she is threatening. But I haven't seen that part. So my thing is like who is all together that voted off Camilla?
Jonathan, Stephanie, and Chrissy. So 3 old school. Well, 2 old school. Jonathan's a new school. So 2 of the old school players and Jonathan voted her off.
And who was with Camilla?
Tiffany.
Okay. I like Tiffany too.
Yeah, same.
Well, in the end of the day, I think that's probably a smart decision because I don't like Chrissy. Who is it? Is it Michelle? Who's the other girl? Not
Stephanie.
Michelle. Stephanie. I think she's one of the OGs, right? Like one of the first. Okay. I thought so. I don't remember these people, honestly. But but I do when I see him. Like, I have no clue who Rick Devens is or whoever. I
Really?
like him sometimes and I hate him sometimes. Christian,
Yeah.
I have not liked from day one. Like, he's weird. Like, I just can't do it. But
He
like,
would get on my nerves quick on the beach. Yeah, me and him would not get along after about a day together.
and if I was to say that some of these people on this season make me like Riz God more, you have to know that I don't like them.
Yes, exactly. Which makes me like him even more. Like when Ozzy got the scroll or whatever, and he took Riz, I was like, yeah, Riz is going to live to see another day, and he still has an idol.
Have they showed them meeting back up at the very end with After All the Madness? So that'll be the next episode, right?
Yeah, the big focus next week is everybody's mad at Jonathan for turning on his alliance, and then a coach is apparently going into Dragon Slayer mode all over again, which whatever. He's another guy that is just fake, man. He's so fake. Like
So
everything
fake.
he does is fake. Like it's crazy. But yeah, the only problem with Rizzo is he's with Ozzy and Cirie.
God, yes.
And man, if it means cutting Rizzo out of the game to get Cirie out, I'm all for it at this point.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I like him a little bit more, and it just burns me that he's trying to team up with Cirie and Ozzy, and I don't dislike Ozzy that much. I'm not a huge fan, but I like Ozzy more than I like Coach, and Ozzy more than I like other people. Definitely more than Cirie, but like those three together are just like, oh, I throw it in my mouth. Like, I'm just not a fan. But
Yeah,
getting picked to go to the island with Ozzy was really good because now he immediately gets sent to where he survives the night, which eventually now gets him to be the jury, which only can help him personally, whether he wins the game or not. So that's always good. But I thought it was a good episode. I think this season has been good. I think this is where, starting at this episode, it's going to get better moving forward.
Yeah. Yeah, and I liked the introduction of eliminating three. I know it was kind of what they wanted to do. It was different. But at the same time, when it is season 50, you've got to think managing all these relationships, and then you get that thrown on you, and you're into basically another tribe that you have to go and vote off. My thing is they haven't eaten in how many days, and they were drinking these fish bowls full of rum. How are any of them standing? Because, like, if I haven't drank in a while and I have a few, it doesn't take as long to get you feeling good. Jonathan was double fisting 2 of those fish bowls at one point. And I'm just like, how are y'all even functioning at this point?
I'm the same way, because you got to think they have to, there's no food to soak it up. And that's mainly what you need with any alcohol. But we also have to know that it's probably not as potent as, what normally we drink with, maybe like if it was 100 proof or even 90 proof. Like I bet it's like more of an 80 proof ish type rum, like something like that won't just kind of hammer you right away. But if you drink enough, you definitely will. But anytime there's no food, any alcohol involved, you immediately are like just smoked.
Yeah.
So,
which I know they ate a bunch with what they were drinking, but still. And too, the hangover the next day, you don't get any Tylenol, you don't get any BC powders. That's just straight sweating. You don't get a bed, so you're laying on rocks and you're all hungover. I don't know if I would want to drink on Survivor if it was actually presented to me. Just give me a shit ton of water, and I think I would be fine.
Yeah, Joe said he gave up booze for Lent, but Sunday is going to be ugly for him. But I've never given up anything for Lent, so don't know if I'm going to do booze. I enjoy a beverage. All right, let's go to a couple questions here. But before we get there, we are done with the first inning between the Twins and the Royals, and so no run first inning if you had it. The weather looks phenomenal there, so that might have been a good play. I'm not a nerfy kind of guy, and our nerfy guy is not here today to even tell us anything about it. So, you know what? I'm just going to assume it was a good number that we missed on. But let's get to the 2 questions. Scotty has both of them, so we're going to start off with this one. What would you have eaten from the Applebee's choices?
The burger with all the bacon. 100%.
Yeah, see, that's where I was going.
I would have eaten 5 of them that day. If I had not eaten in like days, yes, I'd have eaten about 5 of those.
I'm wondering if I can pull up the Survivor Applebee's choices. Bourbon burger. Is that what you're talking about? Maybe.
I think so.
Okay. I was just looking. If I know that was one of them because he talked about it. Anyway, that's the bacon one. That's probably what I would have went. I love bacon, so why not? I think that'd been another one. And in all honesty, like I think that the dessert one would have been good, but I'm looking at the food at that point. So normally I'm like, yeah, give me a sweet tooth, give me something like that. But no, I would have not went after that one. All right, last thing. Who do you think is going to win? If you had to guess right now, one, maybe two people, you have a final one or two, what would you do?
I'm just going to stick with Aubrey. Apparently, I picked her in Fantasy Survivor. She's my pick. So I'm just going to stick with Aubrey. She survived Genevieve, who was her biggest threat. She got past that. So I'm just going to stick with her. She has an idol. She plays a low-key game for the most part. I'm going to stick with Aubrey.
That's the funny thing is, like, I'm looking at this thing, and I was given two people, Genevieve and Charlie. They went on back-to-back weeks. My sole survivor that I have picked is D. I stand by that. I think D's pretty good. You have Jonathan picked for yours. Fire Whispers, Daryl Baza, I don't know who that is, has Aubrey Bracco. And then Scotty Too Hottie has Christian. Scotty.
Ooh.
He has Christian that he's picked to win it all. So I'm guessing he likes Christian, even though he says Rick now. Rick, whatever his name is, Degen, something like that.
Devins, the weatherman.
Yeah, that's funny. I didn't know there was steak opportunity because that's what Kim's saying. There's steak. I didn't see a steak.
All I seen them eating were burgers.
That's what I saw.
Steak would have been good, but steak doesn't fill me up. Like I can literally eat a crap ton of steak and then be hungry an hour later. I've done that. They've had like one of those obnoxiously big steaks, and we went to dinner with my dad. He can attest to it. And I ate all of it. Vegetables. I even had dessert with it. And I was still hungry again in the next hour or two. Hamburgers, I think I would have gotten filled up on, though.
See, I'd rather have a steak because it's a little bit cleaner, and I would have eaten more meat, which is what I would want to do anyway. So that's kind of where I would be at. So I agree.
Carbs. I'd want the carbs out there on that beach with no carbs, being depleted. Give me all the nasty carbs to try to get me through a few days. Give me the energy boost.
All right. Well, that'll be our Survivor talk. So are you excited for the season so far? Like you expectations good because now they've heard the Zach Brown ban issues, which I was fine with Zach Brown, but now they're saying that like when they bring on Mr. Beast, they're cutting back some of his TV time, which I think is good if they're going to cut it back and do a new edit of his whenever he gets brought on. But either way, like I think adding these things are good for a little flavor, a little spice to it. I think the season as a whole has been good so far.
It's definitely been a good season. I do think the Zach Brown ban influencing so many people's lives was a little far-fetched. Like Dee literally won $1 million. She could go to any damn Zach Brown band concert and do a meet and greet anytime she wanted. And the fact she was so tore up that she couldn't meet Zach Brown, like, you're a millionaire, shut up. So no, I think that was my only issue with that.
Yeah. Have you been to a Zach Brown band concert?
So I think we went to a CMA Fest. That's why I say I think, because I think he performed when we went to CMA Fest. Me and Sarah were young because I couldn't be caught dead in one of those now. Yeah, I think he performed at CMA Fest when we were there. I remember him, Brad Paisley. I don't know who the singer was, but there was a guy hammered, completely dead to the world, asleep in his chair. And as soon as this guy, it was Jason Aldean. Jason Aldean came on, and this dude was like Weekend at Bernie's, just started flopping up and down. Like Jason Aldean awoken a demon that was inside of him.
A demon. I love it. Well, real quick, live baseball. Remember we talked about Royce Lewis, my 2+ hits, runs, and RBIs. Well, Royce Lewis is up. First pitch was a ball. Yes, looks like there's a runner on second right now.
Oh, well, we got to finish his sequence then, since you're on him.
Yeah, so we got to see whether or not he and I was hoping we'd get there, and we saw a couple people get on. So it's 2 outs, a guy on. So if he gets a hit, chance for an RBI. So we would cash this immediately. All right, second pitch was a strike. And if any of you ruin this for me, I'll be mad, just like hallucinating about the steak, because I didn't see it either. Yes, it looks like she was just imagining there was steak. I would have chose steak either way. But all right, let's go. Come on, Royce Lewis. second pitch was that a swinging strike? Okay. It was a swinging strike. It was down and in, which that always got me as well. Hold on. Joe says there's a score. 0-0. Please tell me you saw the score or the score? Question mark. And that would be 0-0.
There is a score. It's 1-0. So Royce Lewis, but I'm on the score app and it just says 1-0.
I'm on ESPN. It's showing no score.
Yeah, top of the second.
ESPN is a bunch of
Royce
ding-dongs.
Royce Lewis strikes out swinging, but the score in that game is 1-0.
Clemens scored on a pickoff error by catcher Perez. That's what happened. So it was during his at-bat. Does he get –
No, they didn't give him any credit because he struck out swinging. At least on the app, they don't. They haven't given it to him.
And there's no RBI. And so I'm guessing it's got to be maybe they'll call the pickoff error not an error. All right, maybe not.
I'm pulling for you.
We'll see. I was trying to hit the siren button. Whatever. So yes, it was a pickoff error by I guess Perez, but maybe we'll see if we change it because he is up to bat at that point. And so he would get, if the run crosses, he gets the RBI. So maybe we'll get lucky and get that. Either way, we still have a lot of time left on today's stuff. But either way, my Zach Brown band story, which I just saw some questions coming in on it, which this thing moved, is Zach Brown band country? Yes, he is. So my Zach Brown band concert story. Not many a times I've ever been blackout drunk. I was blackout drunk on like maybe a second date. I don't think it was my first date with this girl at this time. Maybe a second date, and her friend came with us because I got tickets given to me all the time because of a connection I had that time with the FedEx Forum in Memphis. Anyway, so I always went to every concert or whatever I wanted to go to, and I just remember I got blackout drunk. I don't remember any of the concert, like none. Like I don't remember Chicken Fried. I don't remember none of the songs. And I actually drove home, which is the dumbest idea. And I was putting in a fence the next day, and I had all the wood pickets and all the 4x4s in my driveway. So when I pulled in, I'm doing stupid things and driving still. And at that time, I didn't realize I was blackout. But I hit my whole stack of wood in front of me with my truck at the time. And that's my exciting Zach Brown band story. But I remember nothing of the concert. So I will.
You Tiger Woods the wood, but
I will never
get pulled over.
I will never forget that. I'm glad I didn't flip. But I just remember pulling in and go, oh, yeah, I got to do a fence in the morning. I forgot about the wood. She looked at me and goes, you didn't see that? I go, I didn't even notice it.
Yeah, it was dark.
It was really dark.
You know, fun story. John Daly has 0 DUIs. Tiger Woods now has 2.
Tiger, if you see the videos that come out with that whole incident, it's honestly more sad. Like I turned one off because I was so sad of watching it.
It is. His fall from grace has been something that I feel bad for him. Because like I said, you put him up there in the ranks of talking about GOATs. I mean, he's up there.
He still is,
like,
yes.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course. But it's just like, just rest on your laurels, man. Go hang out with your kid. Drink the booze at home and give the keys to whoever you're with.
Yeah. He's a professional drinker.
That is true.
Joe can't believe that's not true. That's funny. All right, well, that's our story time. Seems like these shows keep going over long and long and long. But do us a favor. One, we appreciate y'all hanging out here. But also go and watch the Daily Dingers. There's also so many free play videos being put up. We're working, maybe not this weekend. We're working to see if we can start doing some stuff over the weekend that is very, very small, but a chance for us to put up videos, whether it's free plays that people that don't have justthatsports.com, that are not signed up, you still get a free play from us over the weekends. We're going to try to do something like that. We might not just be me, you, and Mark. It might be other people that we have with Just That Sports that is going to be able to help and do that as well. So we'll see. But we're trying to make this brand bigger and better, and we appreciate you all for doing that, making it a part of your day, and making this show a part of your day. So, but besides that, For Robby, for me, I'm DG. Thank you all for hanging out with us. We'll see you all tomorrow. I won't. They will. See you then.